Hello everyone, my name is Romano and I'm happy to present some great MAXHUB LED news to you. Welcome and thank you very much for joining the MAXHUB online training. In this session we're going to talk about the latest MAXHUB all-in-one LED walls, and we call it the Raptor series. During the webinar I will go through several parts about the Raptor series AIO LED, and at the end we will have time for all your questions during the Q&A. Let me start with presenting you the new LED series design concept, which combines some very unique features and benefits, the specs, and finally some application scenarios. Let's jump right into it. The idea to create the MAXHUB AIO LED walls came from the fact that a lot of larger office displays were created with putting LCD displays together to create a large format display. But there are some big pain points with this. You see the splicing in the picture because of the frames of the LCD, but even worse, after long-term use, the brightness and color attenuation of each LCD display changes. But not linear. So you have the effect of getting a very bad overall picture. And the only solution to really solve this problem is to replace all LCDs at the same time, because these effects cannot be adjusted or repaired. And that's very expensive. Of course, projectors are the most popular devices out in the market. But also here, we need to check the pain points. The brightness is lower than LED or LCD walls. We need to check the illumination and shades in the room to create a low light environment, which makes a longer meeting or presentation very uncomfortable. And the projector light bulb has a shorter lifetime than an LED, which will cause higher maintenance cost. If now we compare the LCD or projector with an LED wall, we will find a lot of positive aspects for using an LED wall. However, the traditional LED walls are complicated to install and to set up and to manage. Traditional LED walls are not a real space saver, because besides the screen, you also need a room to put the electronic components into an adjacent rack. Like the power distribution, the sending box, the video processor, a PC, the audio devices, and last but not least, all USB or HDMI connections. That means you need a large rack with extra cabling, and installation takes more planning and time. Plus, usually you would need to have the highly educated staff to run the LED wall and to adjust all settings manually. That means high cost for maintenance and setup. That's why MAXHUB has integrated all these issues into one smart product solution, to have an easy to integrate and easy to use product. Based on all the research we have done with end users, integration partners and distributors, we created a smart solution which is as easy to use as a TV. Here we go, the all-new Raptor series is born. Before MAXHUB entered the LED wall industry, the business mode of LED walls were only project-based. The price usually was determined according to the square measure of the LED walls, instead of having one piece of standard product. In 2018, MAXHUB actually standardized LED wall and started to change the business mode. We integrated the LED displays, control units and mainboards such as the sending card, receiving cards in one single LED wall and sold them regarding to the different sizes. Until today, we're happy to see that there are some more players in the market which are changing to our LED business mode. Therefore, we can see a big change in the market, which accepts the idea of an all-in-one LED solution. In China, according to a consulting firm research, in the second half of 2020, MAXHUB had a market share of more than 50% in the AIO LED wall market. MAXHUB has set the standard. And we still keep up with innovating and improving our products to be always at the forefront of innovation in this AIO LED market. That's why we are proud to introduce the new second generation plus AIO LED walls, the Raptor series. Thanks to the decorating fabric of the metal housing of the LED Plus, the appearance adopts and combines rigidity and softness to decorate any office space with a smooth but futuristic design. Take a look at the ultra-narrow button control unit, which is fully integrated. We also reduced the height of the control unit frame to 110 millimeters, which greatly increases the screen-to-body ratio to 95%. The appearance looks thinner and more delicate. And please check the fabric pattern of the lower frame, which is now made of polyester fiber fabric. It's dust-proof and not easy to deform. And at the same time, it can filter out sharp noises. The end-user experience matters a lot to MAXHUB. That's why we take all things into consideration to make our products more user-friendly. When operating the LED device, considering that most users are right-handed, we now designed the front buttons and interfaces to the lower right corner of the screen. So we make use of some ergonomic principles to reduce the time of users changing hands or even turning around. The built-in brightness sensor with an automatic adjustment function will adjust the brightness according to the ambient light, but it works quite seamlessly. For example, when the doors or windows of the conference room are opened, the adjustment after the light change will be automated and the brightness of the screen will only gradually increase, rather than suddenly. So we can ensure that users' viewing experience always stays perfect. Adding a new Type-C port on the interface keyboard supports Type-C mobile storage devices as well as Type-C wireless screen transmission equipment. We also included 2 more USB ports on the front, a USB 2.0 and a USB 3.0 for multiple usage and flexibility. Let's take a look at our 3-in-1 boards. As you may know, we are the world's #1 supplier of TV boards, and more than 35% of the world's TV boards are provided by our mother company CVTE. The reason for this is that the power supply and control systems usually belong to 2 different industries. It is very difficult for traditional power supply manufacturers or traditional control system manufacturers to combine the 2 tasks efficiently and organically. Our 3-in-1 board is a product jointly developed by our senior power designer and senior control system designer, combined with internal supply chain and quality control resources. The easy integration of the new AIO LED Raptor series is further strengthened, and all audio and video processing functions are also highly integrated into it. The basis of the integration of our first 3-in-1 part was the receiving card plus power supply plus hub board. But we have launched another 2 3-in-1 boards, the Android plus sending plus video processing board and the power supply plus power amplifier plus relay board. This makes our hardware easy to wire and speeds up the deployment of the new AIO LED series. Speed, power and efficiency. That's why we call it the Raptor series. One of the main highlights of the new generation of AIO LED walls is the combination of audio and video processing. But we needed to solve a problem first. When the audio is implemented inside the AIO frame, the biggest problem we encountered was the overall frame vibration. When the volume is relatively high, the vibration of the speakers will be transmitted to the frame. So when playing music, noise will be generated. In order to solve this issue, 3 engineers spent more than 20 days of special research and finally found the best solution to solve the vibration problem through a unique shock absorption device. This is unique in the LED industry. The sound of the integrated loudspeakers can easily reach a professional level, and the frequency response goes from 180 Hz for low frequencies up to 20 kHz in high frequencies. The amplifier power of up to 2 × 30 watts will lead to a maximum sound pressure level, or SPL, of 90 dB. And we all know that the higher the sound pressure level is, the farther the sound transmission will go, which will lead to a great audio coverage in most applications and most of the rooms the new Raptor series will be integrated. Plus, no more need for an extra audio system to be installed, if the room size fits the SPL the loudspeakers in the LED wall can achieve. Due to the fact that the video processing and switching processor is integrated in our new AIO LED walls, that means our screens need to support 4K input and output resolution. Therefore, we took the benchmark of 4K processors on the market and included 3 times HDMI 2.0 input and 1 time HDMI 2.0 output. The audio and video can both be sent to any output and placed in any window. You can freely switch between sources, and it's super easy to deal with any comparative analysis. We have built in 4 display modes, which even support PBP or PIP, and you can also customize the size. We support up to 4 windows on the LED display at the same time. The MAXHUB app. In order to achieve a much more convenient interactive capability of changing settings and scenes, additionally to the original IR remote control operation, we have added a completely self-developed mobile terminal control software. Now, you will be able to bring your own device and use mobile phones and tablets to make all the changes you like on the fly. It implements functionalities such as touchpad control and annotations which cannot be realized with the IR remote control. Before, we needed an expensive third-party control system to adjust settings and scenes. Now, we can use any personal touch device or smartphone to wirelessly remote control all parameters of the new Raptor AIO LED walls with the MAXHUB app. Our well-known and beloved wireless screen sharing capabilities are also implemented in the new AIO LED Raptor series. The wireless hub is integrated in one of the 3-in-1 boards and supports the sharing of content from any mobile phone, pad, or computer with high synchronization speed. The delay of transmission is no more than 120 milliseconds. Our wireless transmission protocol supports the dual-frequency 5G plus 2.4G data transmission, which makes it faster than ever to share your content with the audience. Share ideas seamlessly, collaborate more effectively, and make your meetings more productive. The integrated router has a built-in routing function. It can connect the AIO wall to the company's Wi-Fi to surf the internet. By selecting the AIO Wi-Fi with any other device, there is no need to connect to the company's Wi-Fi router in order to get connection to the internet. Simply connect to the AIO wall router. It works as a hotspot. If you prefer to have a point-to-point connection between your device and the LED wall, it also supports LAN screen share. Here, you will need to use the dongle and/or the MAXHUB sharing software and then connect to the internal AIO LED wall router within the same network. On this page, you see all the sizes we currently offer for the MAXHUB AIO LED Raptor series. On this table, you can actually compare all the different sizes, resolutions, and specifications. Some of the same LED walls will have different resolutions. Plus, we can also offer 4K resolution, as you can see with the LM220A18 model with a pixel pitch of 1.2 millimeters. Let's walk through some different applications now. And let's see which functions of our new AIO LED Raptor series will be a perfect solution. Meeting rooms with a daily meeting scenario. The most common application scenarios will use our wireless screen transmission, mobile phone or mobile terminal and video processing. The loudspeakers can also be useful for a conference call, just adding another product from MAXHUB, like the UCS10, the collaboration bar. Auditorium or lecture hall. Presenting via a speaker or lectures in public classes, small and medium-sized conferences, and other scenarios. Here, we can use the wireless projection or the video processing functions. Using the smart podium, the lectern, we can also achieve screen share plus annotation. The lectern can be wirelessly connected to the LED wall, and so the pickup of the microphones will also be transmitted through the internal loudspeakers. The remote video conference scenario. Here, you will totally benefit of all functions and tools integrated in the new AIO LED Raptor series. Wireless screen sharing, BYOD, or any external video conference terminal, and just the addition of a MAXHUB cam and a MAXHUB BM series speakerphone, or the UCS10, the collaboration bar. As easy as you can imagine. The showroom or digital advertising scenario. Place the Raptor Series AIO LED wherever you can imagine to push your visual marketing, information, or advertising activities. The Raptor Series can be installed at your company's front desk, up to an exhibition hall, wherever the visual and audible information or entertainment needs to be perfectly displayed. From the car showroom to shopping malls or any other indoor advertising scenario, the Raptor Series will be the perfect LED display to enhance every brand or product reputation. On the following pages, you will see some other case studies from different applications. The new AIO LED Raptor series is absolutely great. It's flexible and fits in a lot of applications. Here's the end. So thanks for joining the MAXHUB AIO LED Raptor series online training. Now, there's the time for all your questions you have. So let's get right into Q&A. This was Romano for MAXHUB. See or hear you next time. Bye bye.